An oxygen concentrator is a machine or a device that passes air through a filter or a sieve to remove nitrogen and supply concentrated oxygen to a patient using either nasal cannula or an oxygen mask. This machine produces more than 90% of concentrated oxygen. It produces this oxygen at a flow rate between 1 liter per minute and 10 liters per minute.
If the oxygen concentration falls below acceptable levels, the normal green oxygen light will shut off and the red oxygen light will glow, and the LED display will read low oxygen. If this happens, call the Right to Care COVID line on 067 427 0286. Introduction to the Dynmed 10102 concentrator. In the box, you will also find a humidifier bottle, 2 sets of disposable nasal cannula with prongs, 1 spare air filter. These items should be replaced each time the concentrator is returned to the office in readiness for the next user. Before the machine goes out to a patient, make sure that the following items are in the box: humidifier bottle, a clean spare filter, 2 nasal cannula with prongs, 2 oxygen masks with tubing, the electrical cord. Unpack the unit from the box and remove the plastic bag. Turn the unit gently onto its back to expose the bottom surface. You will see 2 large cable ties between the wheels. Cut and remove these cable ties. How to set up the concentrator for use in the home. Position the unit in the room where the patient spends most time. For an acutely ill patient, this is most likely to be near their bedside. Plug the 2-prong plug directly into the wall socket. No other appliances should be plugged into the wall socket at the same time. Oxygen is highly flammable. Keep the unit at least 1.6 meters or 5 feet from hot, sparking objects or naked sources of flame, such as stoveplates, heaters, fires, paraffin lamps, etc. Do not smoke near the unit and use in a well-ventilated place. Position the unit at least 16 centimeters away from walls, curtains, or any other objects that could impede the flow of air in and out of your concentrator. Fill the humidifier water bottle. Add room temperature distilled water to the bottle. Alternatively, you can use sterile water or cool down boiled water. Do not overfill the bottle. Make sure the water level is between the minimum and maximum level marks. Attach the bottle to the O2 outlet tube. Screw the wing nut to finger tightness. Attach the oxygen tube to the oxygen outlet pipe on the water bottle. If there is no water available, the bottle can be left in place and the oxygen concentrator can still be used. Turn on the unit. If it is working well, the power light will go green. Then the normal oxygen light will go green. The indicator panel will read. Run the unit for up to 3 minutes before placing the nasal cannula or mask on the patient. Safety do's and don'ts. How to administer home oxygen therapy using the O2 concentrator. Oxygen saturation monitors must be available for all patients on home oxygen therapy. Give supplemental oxygen therapy to patients with respiratory distress, hypoxemia, or shock. Set the oxygen concentrator. Turn it on and run it for up to 3 minutes before placing the nasal cannula or mask on the patient. Place the oxygen saturation meter on the patient's finger and note the SpO2 reading. Write down the reading. Adjust the flow rate. The oxygen flow rate is set using the dial on the right of the instrumental panel. The silver ball indicates the flow rate. In adults, start at 4 liters per minute using the nasal cannula. In children, at 1 to 2 liters per minute using the nasal cannula. Place the nasal cannula on the patient and fit comfortably. Monitor the SpO2 immediately, and thereafter every 10 minutes until the SpO2 is more than 90%. Once the SpO2 is stable, i.e. remains between 90 and 95% after 3 successive readings, the saturation may be assessed every hour. When starting home oxygen therapy, the saturation monitor should remain on the patient's finger constantly until the SpO2 is stable between 90 and 95%. Thereafter, there is no need to keep the saturation monitor on the patient's finger constantly. Generally, a nasal cannula feels comfortable for the patient up to a flow rate of about 5 liters per minute. If higher flow rates are needed, then it is more comfortable to use a mask. Record the oxygen saturation alongside the target oxygen saturation range, the flow rate, oxygen supply system, and oxygen delivery system on the home oxygen therapy monitoring chart. Adjust the flow rate of the oxygen concentrator in 1 liter per minute increments at a time. To target an SpO2 of more than 90%, measure the SpO2 5 minutes after each change in flow rate. Do not try to get the SpO2 above 95% by increasing the O2 flow rate. If the SpO2 rises above 95%, then reduce the O2 flow rate on the concentrator by 1 liter per minute at a time. Measure the SpO2 5 minutes after each change in flow rate. As soon as possible, the target range for each employee must be prescribed by the employee's own healthcare provider. See Appendix B for the comprehensive algorithm. Cleaning and maintenance. Before attempting cleaning, turn the unit off. Wash your hands thoroughly with soap and running water. Clean the humidifier bottle every day. Wash the humidifier in warm, soapy water. You can use dishwashing detergent. Soak the humidifier as follows. In a solution of 1 part white vinegar to 3 parts water for 30 minutes. This solution acts as a germicidal agent. For example, 1 cup of vinegar with 3 cups of water. Or, in a solution of 1 part chlorine or household bleach and 10 parts water for 5 minutes. E.g., half a cup of bleach mixed with 5 cups of clear water. Rinse well in warm tap water and refill with distilled water. Do not overfill. Clean the air filter at least once a week. Wash the filter in a solution of warm water and dishwashing detergent. Be gentle because vigorous washing may damage the filter. If there is no soap, wash in running water. Rinse thoroughly with warm tap water and dry with a towel. The filter should be completely dry before reinstalling. While the air filter is being washed, replace it with the spare filter that is in the box. Clean the concentrator exterior. Use a damp cloth or sponge with a cleaner and wipe it dry. Any of the following solutions can be used as a cleaner. 1 part white vinegar to 3 parts water. This solution acts as a germicidal agent. 1 part chlorine or household bleach and 10 parts water. When you are finished cleaning and sanitizing, do not use any oils, lubricants, or grease on the unit.